Good evening, children. Today in 9th standard economics third lesson, money and credit. You know one proverb about money. We say, if we in front of dead body, if say money, it opens its mouth. That means at the present world and modern world, without money, there is no life. So everything is depends on money. Developments and modernization, inventions and standard of life, everything is entirely, it depends on money. So such way, how money plays an important role that we see in this lesson. What are the objectives we are going to see this lesson? They are, first I say the topics. One is we say use of money. For means how it is important and inseparable in human life. Second one, evolution of barter system. Third one, evolution of money. Ancient money and natural money and also paper money. Electronic transactions, role of Reserve Bank. Then relationship between money and prices. Then functions of money. Then medium of exchange, unit of account, store value, credit, formal institutions, informal institutions and self-help groups, that we say shortly SHG. In Tamil Nadu, total bank's turnover is how much? At last we are going to see about when it was started printing of currency in India, a little story. Now children, let us we see the first one, how money is important and inseparable in human life. Almost all the things used by man is monetary value. You know, monetary value means if you go to market, if purchase anything, you have to be pay, that is some medium, that is one thing. So that is we say as what monetary value. Not only the things, goods, services and also the payment given for wages, labor and also as a salary. These are all what depend upon money. It has money value. For example, a labor works in a day, we have to be given 150 rupees. That has what monetary value. In addition to that, taxes and duties are also fixed on basis of money. Not only taxes and duties, even the budget for state level, central level, it starts from even home. We say as home budget made by parents. In addition, industries, private institution, central government sectors, almost all that is major and smaller institution as framed budget based on money. So that is why we say as the financial status of the country is determined by various institutions. So that is why we say as money is important and inseparable one. And then now starting from things, purchasing of things, taxes and duties, and next labor wages and as well as income. Next budget is central level, state level at a home level. These are we say as depending upon money. Now we see, children, when the money enter in human life, that is, do you think it started from ancient time? Means not, because ancient man lived as nomadic life. He lived in forest, so his need only limited. That was only basic needs: food, shelter, and cloth. He got food from natural fruits and vegetables. Then dress from leaves of trees and the branches of the trees. Sometimes he not have even dress too. And shelter, he took shelter from caves and dens. Through that you come to know, children, he no need of what? Money. Everything is got from nature, so he not be. Further, that was a period, no invention of metal, no invention of paper, and so on. Modernization was not occurred, civilization was not take place. So that is why that was the period, very natural life, money importance was very limited. So that is why how they started to involve in barter system. When they started to invent fire and wheel, invention of wheel, and further he started to stay in permanent place along the river side. He started to cultivate agriculture, which is going on step by step, further development in human life. When you learn to cultivate crops, on the river valley side, abundance of water, fertile soil, which gives them production work. There was a surplus production. That surplus was he asked to given to who needed for that, which results exchange of things to things who needed that. For example, I say a farmer who cultivated surplus paddy, need of pots, he sold that paddy to potter. He got that pots or earthenware from him. So here two persons, farmer fulfilled his need by getting pots. On the other side, potter fulfilled his needs by getting paddy. In another way, I say, one region, if any one crop is surplus, that is exchanged to other region where that crop is not be cultivated. So where the region is demanded for particular crop or particular articles, that were exchanged from person to person or region to region or area to area, things to things. Normally, children, even our neighbor house, we give one tumbler of sugar and we get same tumbler amount of chili powder. When I was young, I noticed that giving the things and we are getting the things. This is called barter system. What is called a barter system? Barter system is a method of exchange of goods to goods. Exchange of goods to goods. Then further evolution from things exchanged. This was the first form of trade, we say. When the trade, because ancient man not involved in trade. When the first form of trade means the barter system was called first form of trade. When we find excavations, archaeological excavation in Indus Valley civilization in India, Nile Valley civilization in Egypt, and Mesopotamian civilization in Iraq region, many articles were found through these evidences, one can assess that how among the civilization this barter system was thrives well. But later years, there arose issues. What were that is issue means, by example, a paddy cultivator, if he now no need of pot, where he could sell that paddy. Same way, a pot maker who had excess of pots and other related earthenware, he not need paddy, and where from he has to sell, so which results difficulty in exchange of goods. When the need arose, they exchanged. But when the need not arose, there was a difficulty for exchanging of goods and goods. And further, one more difficulty was measuring of volume, quantity and value of goods were what differ when the years were passed. So overcome such type of issues, he started to introduce a standard medium that is called as what value of money, which was then metallurgy developed. So they were started to use metals as the money value. See why the metals were chosen that time. Usually metals were rare and it has long existence. So they given preference for metals to make coins. So like that, what were the metals used? That was the period to make coin means gold, silver, copper were the coins. First it is introduced. These were called ancient money. What is called ancient money? Ancient money were gold, silver and copper. Among the civilizations, one civilization to another civilization, when the articles found at the time of excavation, I said, isn't it? That was called first form of international trade, because one area to another area, through the trade they exchanged. Then later period, when the metals came into use, particularly gold and silver was accepted as standard value of exchange of goods and services over a world. So that is why these were called as natural money. What is called natural money? Gold and silver were called as natural money. Why it was called natural money? Because all over the world it was accepted as standard value of money. So it was called as natural money. Ancient money means gold, silver and copper. Then children, how there was present day, you can see paper money. How it existed the paper money. Before one thing I want to be saying, at the time of Sher Suri, he introduced the silver coin which has 178 grams called as rupiah. It was circulated at the time of three eras: Mughal period, British period, Maratha period, and later its existence was minimized. Then we say about after that is natural money, we see about paper money. How it evolved paper money. China was the first country invented the paper. It come into existence. They started to print. Printing press was also invented. So as a result, they were started to print money in the form of that value in the form of paper. The people were started to save that is paper money in their banks. Why they were started to save? Because the metals were found very rare, and also in the mining areas the metals availability also very minimum. Technological advancement also very not that much developed. So that is why usage of metals become very scarce and also difficult. So that is why they found an alternative to result of the printing of money in paper. So finally we say the printing of paper money which carried, that is, country's emblem, symbol, value, etc. So it is the existence of paper value. Then children, after the paper money, your generation, you can notice that for all money transactions are carried out electronic media. Why the electronic media? Because of scarce in metals and very rare in quantity, very minimum and extinction, which resulted paper money. But usage of paper money has some problem. For example, it often would gives damage, and storage is also not possible for long period. So this is why nowadays, and also arrival of electronic transformation, which resulted all the transactions are carried out with the help of electronic media. Before that, how they visit the bank, at the time of economic depression, and people, when they found the paper money was formless, they started to save the money in the banks, I said. So if they whenever need money, withdrawal of money, which made them visit that bank. Once they visit the bank, definitely it requires half day. So it was a time requirement, and also in their life it was considered as more delay. So to avoid such type of difficulties, these electronic transactions were brought. Visiting the bank, how they withdraw the money? By using the demand draft, check or challan. You know, children, your language Tamil paper, you already practice how to fill challan, check or demand draft, etc. So likewise, it was replaced by this media, electronic media, by introducing ATM. This is under electronic transactions. I say some steps. One is ATM. What is ATM? You know well. Automated teller machine. See, wherever any location, it was established by government for people convenience to avoid time delay and to visit the bank and standing in more time in a queue and the trouble of how to fill, because many people were illiterate, they find another person for its dependence to fill. Avoid such type of difficulties, this machine was introduced to take money wherever, whenever it is possible. Then even ATM too has some difficulties. There too the people find inconvenience. Long queue, there too consuming of time, sometimes damaging of ATM machine, or sometimes the car has stuck in the machine. So which resulted to find another way, that is why see credit card. The credit card as well as net banking, we say mobile banking and so on. Credit card, what is the facilities means? One who have no money in their account, he can able to purchase, but he can pay that amount later. So that is facility introduced through electronic wire. Then another one we say as after credit card, net banking, or we say online banking. Even that is ATM card, credit card, some issues, and one not go or depend on any other. Through net, one can exchange or carry out transaction with the help of net by using computer or laptop. Now recently mobile is coming because the arrival of iPhone, Android phone, that facility is made easy for the people to carry out such type of transactions. Then children, regarding money, how the electronic transaction is carried out, one by very first challan check that was replaced by ATM, then online banking, next one we say credit card, then last one we say as what mobile banking, and so on. See, next children, another topic we are going to see about role of Reserve Bank. What is Reserve Bank? It is a central bank of India which was established in the year 1935. That is permanently moved as a residence headquarters in Mumbai in the year 1937. It has empowered to control prices and also oversee the monetary policy and regulate money supply and so on. See, this Reserve Bank has printed money which has 85% allowed for its circulation. Only 15% is kept as reserve for unforeseen condition. Then the Reserve Bank has empowered to framing, that is then and there according to the economic condition, inflation and deflation, price hike, price down, depreciation and so on. So this way we talk about the role of a Reserve Bank, how it is important. Through the Reserve Bank, many other banks have been monitored. Then children, we are going to see about other topic. Children, under the role of Reserve Bank, we see about it was nationalized in 1949 and in 1969, the time of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, she nationalized all the banks in the year 1969. So, Reserve Bank of India Act was passed in 1934 based on the guidelines of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's PhD thesis, The Origin of Money and its Solution, which provide a tool for reference to enact that act. Next children, we are going to see about the relationship between money and price. Relationship between money and price. See, there were three relationships. One we say the relationship between, that is volume of circulation and its price. Second one, money supply and monetary policy. And third, money supply and inflation. How it has related. For example, how much money the Reserve Bank let it to circulation in the country based on the economic development, depending on the prices of goods and services which determine. Sometimes prices which are high, and sometimes the prices of goods it depreciated much. It's all depending upon the circulation of money. Sometimes the circulation would be affected by hoarding. The hoarding, which is otherwise we call it as what black money. So such a type of hoarding of money to be avoided to bring back sound economy in the country. Second one, money supply and monetary policy to bring industrial development or welfare schemes, developmental schemes and so on. How much money as possible to supply by the Reserve Bank and other banks, that much loans as possible to distribute to the people. So which resulted such area as development. So it is related to monetary policy. The Reserve Bank, how much interest it has to be fixed in the deposited money and giving the loans depending upon the development is based. So that is why it has a relation between supply and policies. Then money supply and inflation. As usual we say, how much production has increased, that much the prices has to be what maintained. It is like a two sharp edge of a knife. It should not be lead more inflation and another one not deflation. Inflation, deflation are two are dangerous. So that time the money supply is play a vital role how to bring the economic stability in a country. So that is why we say how what relationship between money and price. The Indian currency we know that is rupee. In India, foreign currency is there, that is called foreign currency. Nowadays, all over the world, all the countries' purchasing capacity is measured in terms of USA dollar value. You have one question in your mind, why it has to be taken dollar as comparison means till today dollar as stability in economy. But recent days we see China's currency yuan has come nearer to that. That is why nowadays all the transactions, international trade is compared with dollar. Next, some of that is I show you chart children. Which country, what currency as in use. You see that, you know very well India, the currency name is rupee. In England, pound. European Union, euro. Canada, dollar. Japan currency, we call it as yen. China currency, yuan. Saudi Arabia, riyal. And Australia, dollar. Malaysia, ringgit. Then Pakistan also rupee. Sri Lanka, rupee. USA, dollar. Singapore also dollar. South Africa, South African rand. North Korea, North Korean won. And South Korea also South Korean won. I give you here only few samples to you. You go on Google, find out so many countries in the world, what currency is used there. Example, France, franc, Germany, mark, and so on. For gaining knowledge, you go through that, you come to know children. Then next we are going to see about finally the history of money, the story of money, how it has I give you here a chart like barter system. It was evolved in 9000 BCE. That is During this period, exchange of goods, very first I say barter system, it was existed in the period 9000. Second, after that, barter system was existed means coins. That was introduced in the year 1100 BC. So these coins, Chinese used these coins, bronze, which are small, a center as whole. That was what we say, bronze coins, very small, that we introduced by Chinese. In the barter system, what were the goods generally they exchanged means leather, goods, salt, corn, beads, shells. These were what we say items, few items what it is mentioned here, including the slaves were also exchanged in the form of barter system. Then next coins, bronze coins used by Chinese, and then after that currency. It was in 600 BC. Lydian king Haliarchus, he officially declared that using what currency for exchanging purpose. Then what we say, Lydia is a part of what we say Turkey. After next gold coin. The gold coin which was introduced in 1250 AD. So which was called as florin. What is called florin? A gold coated coin is called florin, introduced in 1250 in Europe very first. Then on next stage, Marco Polo period, when he traveled, that was the time used as what? Paper money. Then next stage, printing of currency was used in 1661. Paper money was very first printed in Sweden, but that was people were not eager to accept, but later it come into existence. Then next stage, electronic transaction, that you know very well, very first telegram, through telegram in 1860 AD. So it was happened in transaction. Then next one, credit card. After electronic transaction through telegram, credit card, then debit card, all you know. The credit card very first invented by John Begins in Britain. Then another stage, mobile banking. Mobile banking, it was come into use in 1999 AD. There to European banks only first used that. Then last stage, 10th stage we say NFC. That is NFC means near field communication. It was introduced very first in Britain in 2008. But India, it came in 2016. It takes only 7 to 8 seconds to carry out a transaction. Children, so far I said the money, how it is play a important role in human life and evolution of money, starting from barter system and metals, then coins, then paper and electronic transactions. Next stage we are going to see about functions of money. How the functions, money play a function. We can talk about in three ways. Money replaced barter system. Many issues which was arose through the system was abolished. Later, the money plays a role in three ways. One, we say it acts as medium of exchange. Medium of exchange. That is, goods and services one can exchange with the help of money. Second one, unit of measurement. Unit of measurement. Money is considered as a unit of measurement. Purchasing of goods, services, products by consumers and whoever the manufacturers, they used money. For example, one book which cost 50 rupees means that 50 rupees is considered as 50 units of money. So that is why we can calculate as unit of measurement. Next one, it has a store value. Store value. Store value means what? Money is possible to store whenever we require for purchasing purpose. And also, money plays a vital role for future payments. For example, any education plan or marriage plan or any establishment plan is there means that time one can use this money. So these are the three ways money how it act as a function. What are the functions of money means medium of exchange, goods and services, they can exchange with the help of money. Unit of measurement means money is measured in the form of a unit. 1 rupee as 1 unit, that is unit of measurement. A store value we can able to store for purchasing purpose as well as making future payments. So this is the way we talk about functions of money. Next topic we are going to see about credit. What is credit? Credit. Credit is taking money from bank. Taking money from bank or getting money from bank or any money lenders. Money lenders or we say as financiers, so on. This credit, farmers avail credit at the time of monsoon period. They need for purchasing, buying the seeds and investment of investment, that is inputs, agricultural inputs and other purposes. Same way, small traders and producers, they need credit to fulfill their need. Even the large traders, businessmen also required to make future project. Recently, you know that is work for 8-way land, 4-way land, road extension project. One we mentioned, that is example for how it is needed for credit for that is institutions. That is money is used by government, already I said, institution, private companies and so on. That credit is by businessmen, small traders or producers or even big businessmen to make project, it is help. Then such type of credit is available where? It is available in 3 way I think. One we say avail in 1 formal institutions. Formal institutions. Formal institutions are what? All nationalized and private and cooperative banks are coming under formal institutions. Informal institutions. Informal institutions. This is coming finance, chip bank, finance, Mukut finance, like that it is coming under informal institutions. Then third one, self-help group. So there are 3 ways of credit available. One is from formal institution, all nationalized banks. Then second one, informal institutions, which coming under what we say private. Then third one, self-help group. One we say formal institutions. In the formal institution, formal banks, we say as it is getting money is very less interest, but security is what we say more. Assurance of pledged goods. We can believe that is the pledged goods as what assurance. So that is very important for formal institution. Whereas informal institution, one can approach easily, flexible. But what happens means we cannot be sure about or given security about pledged goods. That is the difference between. Here security is there, but here we cannot expect security for pledged goods. Then self-help groups. What is called self-help group? It is called micro institutions. Very first in 1975 in Bangladesh, Grameen Bank officer who was Muhammad Yusuf, he introduced such type of idea to develop especially rural areas. The rural people find it difficult to get credit from institution. So that is why he introduced that to empower their life. For example, I say any one area or the group of people, 10 or 15 members gathered and they given their saving amount together and deposited that amount in the bank provides them loan, so that way they can benefit, develop their business and develop their life needs. For example, we say self-help groups in village area, especially ladies, women, they are getting more benefit. Many street vendors, vegetable vendors, small business people, they are getting more benefit. At last we say their life is becoming very better with the help of this. So in that way the credit is available in 3 ways. Then next we are coming to children, how the money is what printing. The printing story we are going to see about in evolution of printing. Evolution of printing. In 1917, in India, 1 rupee, 2 rupee notes were introduced. Then, when the Reserve Bank of India established in 1935, it started to issue the currencies because it has empowered in 1935. That is Reserve Bank of RBI in India. Then in 1940, again 1 rupee, 2 rupee notes were in circulation. In between 500 rupees notes were also introduced. Then 1947, the image carrying the currency of King George VI of England was introduced in India. See, these were the steps I say how in India it come into introduced. Then next stage, printing. Because this were happened in private, very first a government printing press was started during British period in 1925 at Devas in Madhya Pradesh. So after that in 1974, in the name of Security Printing and Minting, Corporation of India Limited set up in 2 places. One is at Mysore in Karnataka and another one Salboni in West Bengal. These 2 places were established. The Reserve Bank, as usual, what I say, it has the power to control, that is circulation of money, and monitoring the price policy, or we say monetary policy, and also how much money to be printed depending upon the economic condition, and last, how that money to be reached is respective destinations. Everything is depends upon what Reserve Bank role. At last, we are going to see about children. However, the Reserve Bank has the empower to print the currency with a value of 10,000. But so far at the present level, 2,000 rupees only the Reserve Bank introduced in India. You have that is in mind question, why not it print 5,000 rupee note or 10,000 rupee note, means how much a country has stored its financial status. Depending upon the statistics only, the bank decided to print such type of high value currency. So we know already 1 rupee, 2 rupee coins, because that was used by people, poor people. And same way coin period also we see when the gold, silver and copper were used. Then later when it becomes scarce, they started to use less value metal. By example I say aluminium, the 1 paise and 5 paise, the 2 paise aluminium coins, that was called as poor man's coin, we say, much more that was used by poor people. This is the children. I come to now conclusion how the story of money, it starts from barter system up to electronic transaction. Even nowadays many private sectors, Paytm, so on, it carry out its functions. Then children, through this you come to know that is one habit. You learn to save the money. You have to be know the value of money, how to use the money, because you students, if you go to college or somewhere, means many students not know the value of money. They are using as unnecessary way. So this way, how you have to be learned through this lesson, not only its functions and transactions and the role of Reserve Bank. It is very essential thing. As a citizen of India, we give respect for money, the respect how to utilize, and foremost thing, that 1 rupee if you use means 2 rupees you have to be keep it as what savings. It would enrich your life. Thank you children. Based on this, children choose, match, accession and sharp questions. Like for example I say, what is called barter system? What is the difference between money and currency? Money has store value, currency not have store value. Then what is the relationship between money and prices? Then what is credit? I say where are credit available? Then last, how that is currency is printed, where it is printed, who has authority, and so on. Furthermore details, if you go on Google, you can get a lot of information. One hobby you have to be learned, that is through this lesson. Please, if possible, you do collect various countries' coins. You know, some children, they showed me album, very excellent collection. That is a hobby they showed, and I too request you, you collect through that. You can learn lot of information about its origin, history, its value, what they used, and so on. Thank you children.